Ancient Egyptians wore makeup for various reasons, including aesthetics, health, and spiritual protection. The belief that makeup could protect against the bad spirits is tied to their deep-rooted spirituality and views of the afterlife.
I showed you mercy.
In ancient Egypt, the world was filled with both visible and invisible forces, including malevolent spirits that could bring harm, illness, and misfortune. Egyptians lived with the belief that these dark forces were ever present, lurking in the unseen world, and they need to be vigilant to protect themselves from their influence. One of the most feared sources of harm was the evil eye, a curse believed to be cast by a malevolent gaze, which could bring suffering, disease, or bad luck to the person targeted. Egyptians believed that wearing makeup, especially dark kohl, around the eyes would shield them from this malevolent force. By outlining their eyes with black kohl, they created a barrier, both physical and spiritual, that could deflect the harmful energy of the evil eye and prevent dark spirits from entering their bodies through their eyes, which they considered the window to the soul. Eye makeup often mimicked the shape of the Eye of Horus, a potent protective symbol representing health and protection. The myth of Horus, who lost and regained his eye in the battle with his uncle Set, the god of chaos, reinforced the idea that makeup not only beautified the face, but also invoked a protection of the gods and malevolent spirits that could harm an individual or even bring about death. Egyptians often feared evil forces such as Apep, aka Apophis, a great serpent of chaos who threatened to engulf the world in darkness. While rituals and prayers were performed to combat these larger-than-life evil entities, people saw makeup as part of their personal arsenal against malevolent spirits that might even enter their homes, disrupt their lives, or cause illnesses. The materials used in Egyptian cosmetics were thought to possess inherent magical properties that not only enhanced beauty, but also protected against dark and destructive forces. For instance, green malachite eye paint was linked to the god of Hathor, a goddess associated with beauty, fertility, and joy, but also a protector against harmful spiritual influences. By adorning themselves with green pigments, Egyptians believed that they were inviting life-affirming energies and keeping away those that would drain or do them harm. Kohl, made from the mineral galena, wasn't just a cosmetic, it was imbued with magical properties. Egyptians believed that applying kohl to their face would not only ward off physical eye alignments, but also protect them from the dark, wandering spirits that could penetrate their bodies. The dark colour was symbolic, as black was often associated with the night and the unknown realms that were dangerous spirits which roamed freely. In this sense, black makeup was seen as a counter to the forces of dark, ironically using the colour black to resist the shadows. In their cosmology, a border between natural and supernatural worlds were thin, and makeup helped fortify that boundary. By wearing it, Egyptians could create a kind of invisible shield, preventing harmful forces, spirits, demons, or the chaos they represented from slipping through that veil into their lives. Makeup would become a powerful tool in the culture, where magic was an everyday part of their life, and the idea that cosmetics could hold supernatural properties reinforced their protective significance. Egyptians believed that the soul's journey didn't end with death, rather, it continued into the afterlife, where it faced trials and dangers. They feared that just as malevolent spirits could harm them in life, these dark forces might often threaten their souls after death. Proper burial practices, included the use of makeup, were essential in ensuring the deceased would properly be able to defend themselves against these spirits in the afterlife safely. In their tombs, Egyptians would often be buried with their cosmetics, including jars of kohl and malachite. This wasn't just for beauty in the afterlife, but to serve as a protective tool within the battle they're going to face in the afterlife. They believed that the journey into the afterlife required crossing through dangerous realms where the soul could encounter demons, monsters, or chaotic forces of Set, the god of disorder and destruction. Dark spirits were believed to try to steal or corrupt your soul on the way to judgment, and makeup was considered a form of spiritual armor to repel against those threats. The concept of Duat, or the Egyptian underworld, was filled with challenges. Souls had to pass through gates guarded through monstrous creatures and entities that would test their purity and strength. Ancient Egyptians feared that, without the proper protection, both ritualistic and cosmetic, their souls would be vulnerable to these malicious entities, which could prevent them from reaching the eternal paradise known as the Field of Reeds. Therefore, makeup was applied not only to beautify the body, but also to ensure spiritual defense. By painting the eyes and adoring the face in life, and ensuring these practices were followed in death, Egyptians sought to ensure that they would be protected from dark spirits, both in the physical as well as the afterlife.